everyone, Amy here, and it is our Aha Moments Live. Be a dear friend and be honest. I had to scarf down the last couple of bites of lunch in order. Hi, Duncan. Do you want to say hi to everybody? No? You want to say hi? Say hi, everybody. I hope you're having a sensational Sunday. What do you want? Oh. So anyway, I had to scarf down my last bite of lunch. I'm actually still picking it out of my teeth. So, hey, Brenda, tell me, do I have stuff in my teeth? I don't see any. Okay. Do I have stuff in my teeth, Duncan? Do I? Oh, goodness. All right, so how is everybody doing? I'm so excited to talk to you guys. In a month, hi, Patty. What is it? You want to say hi? I think he wants to go out. Yay! So glad to see that, Patty. All right, I'm going to go move us now that I'm finished my lunch. I just didn't want to be late. I hate that's something that I really irks me like crazy. So, come on. So, I will go outside and chat with you since it's so nice out. But while we're waiting for a couple more people to pop on, what are you guys dressing up for Halloween? Are you dressing your house up for Halloween? What are you doing? Because I went out shopping today for some things for my house. Not decorations, but just some things. And there are a ton of Halloween decorations. And there's some people in my neighborhood that just go literally berserko decorating their houses. Are you somebody that does that? And if so, post a picture below and let me see. Duncan, no. Let me see what your decorations for Halloween look like. Yes, for those of you who haven't seen Duncan, we're in the process of redoing the beds in the front and doing a new walkway. So Duncan has not been allowed really outside because there's been a lot of workers out. So what is he doing? I don't know if you can see. Can you see? He is in the dirt. I guess he doesn't realize there's going to be plants there eventually. That's where he used to lay when there were no plants there. So, all right, let's see. Patty, you decorate your house but not invited to any parties. Well, we might have to have an online party then. What do you guys think? You think we should do an online party for Halloween? We should all dress up? What do you think? Let me know your thoughts on that. Okay, hang on. I'm trying to get us all situated now that I'm done. Oh, goodness. All right. There. Now I can do it hands-free. Because you guys know I love to talk with my hands. All right. So, you have a lot of costumes, Patty? Oh, my gosh. I made one years ago with, like, the poodle skirt. Hey, Monique. I'm so glad you could join us. Right now we're talking just for a few minutes about October and decorating our houses on the inside and out for Halloween. And I'm just curious who actually does that. Lots of people in my neighborhood go crazy, like Christmas crazy, decorating their houses with blow-up pumpkins and scarecrows. And this one woman, if she does it again this year, I'll take a picture. But she did this whole like decoration in her front yard, and one of them were it looked like the kids were upside down, like the legs are just sticking out of the ground, and it's three different kid legs, and it's one set had cleats on it, like soccer cleats, and the sign next to it said "We're grounded," like underground. Oh, I literally chuckled every time I walked by her house. But so she puts it up again. I'll take a picture. But she does something different just about every year. So just curious. You do more decorations for Christmas or more decorations for Halloween, Patty? But anyway, all right. So I know some people hate it when you kind of delay for a few minutes while people get on, but I wanted to give people a chance because after all, I was a few minutes late as well. All right. So I want to tell you what you don't know, what you don't know. More for Christmas. Okay, great. Well, I'm looking forward to seeing all the pictures. You don't know what you don't know. That's what I do once a month. For those who are just now joining, I on the first Sunday at 2:00, I talk about you don't know what you don't know. And these are things that I've learned along the way. They're not necessarily aha moments, but they're things that I've learned along the way that nobody really talks about. And you can check them out. I have them on YouTube as well, so you can check them out there. If you're looking on YouTube, it's Aha Moments with Amy, same as it is with Facebook. So check it out there. I also have, for those of you that don't know, I also record our monthly date days. John and I do date days every month in order to keep our relationship, fresh and fun. And some of the things that we do are pretty funny. So feel free to check us out. That's also on the YouTube page at Aha Moments with Amy. So, all right, enough about all that. People had enough time to jump on. So what was I talking about that you really need to know that can save you a lot of time, energy, heartbreak, money, etc.? This pertains, my sister actually reminded me of this, and it's something that I learned a bunch of years ago because her kids are now of the age like 17, 18. So even if you don't have 17 or 18-year-olds, stay tuned because there's going to be things that apply to you as well. But what she realized, or what she recently found out that reminded me, is that when your children reach the age of 18, they're considered legally, at least in the United States, they're considered legally adults. I do this because at 18, I don't really know that they're full-fledged adults, but they're by the lay of the law, or the law of the land, considered to be adults. So when they go to the doctor no longer has to tell you what's going on. When they go to not only the doctor or the dentist or anything that's provided in the United States, they have a HIPAA law, which means that they have to have everything confidential. So then when they're still kids. At 18, they're still children. And they still need some guidance and some assistance in their health care. And so what I suggest you do is you make sure that when they go in, when they turn 18, is that they add you to the list of people that the doctor can talk to about their health issues. That is really important. God forbid something major is to happen to them. You want to be able to, do things on their behalf, or at least be able to talk to their doctor about what's going on with them. Which leads me to what a lot of people don't also know, is that when they turn 18 and become adults, that God forbid something were to happen to them, all of their stuff, whatever they have, whether, most kids at 18 don't have a whole lot, and they're lucky if they have a car. All of that goes into probate. But more importantly, if something were to happen to them and they get in the hospital, you don't have authority to decide on their behalf what kind of health care they get, what kind of procedures they do and don't have, unless they either do a health care proxy or they do a power of attorney. So I highly, highly, highly suggest, and I'm not saying that something bad is going to happen to your children. I really hope nothing ever bad does. But if so, this would give you the ability to make decisions on their behalf if they're not able to do so. And that includes stuff like, taking care of, contacting their landlord or shutting off their utilities or contacting utilities. All of these things are in their name, and the utility companies and the landlords will not talk to you if there is not a power of attorney. So something that I highly, highly encourage you to get even though it's not something that we would normally think about when they're young because we've taken care of them and taken care of all that for so long. Now, what about if you don't have an 18-year-old? That's what I'm getting to, Patty. Exactly. If you don't have an 18-year-old, this is something that you and your parents should have in place. Because God forbid something were to happen to you, you want to designate who is able to act on your behalf and make those kinds of decisions. And although we never want anything to happen, when and if something should, you want to be prepared and you want to be able to have somebody looking out for you and advocating for you. And you might want a particular person, and that a person might not be your parents, or it might not be your spouse, or it may not be your sibling or your children. But to designate who you do actually want to advocate for you health-wise, as well as all the other issues that come with it if you're not able to communicate, or if you're not, if you're in a coma or things like that they can take care of for you. The other thing that I wanted to let you know, my mom and my mother-in-law, we're all aging, right? Each year we get another year older, hopefully. The alternative is sucky, so we don't want to be buried 6 feet under. It's better to get a year older. But in doing so, we want to make sure that when it comes time that you or your parents or your loved ones are not able to act on their own behalf or manage their funds, or you have to make the payments for their housing or whatever it is, that you have access to those funds. And that can be done by just adding you to their accounts, or adding, my advice is to add someone, if not you, somebody, to their accounts, so that you can easily go in and write checks or cash bonds or receive annuity money or whatever you need to do in order to take care of them, or make sure that they're taken care of. If it's not you, make sure it's somebody. And it's really easy if somebody else's name is on the bank account, because then they can easily just write checks and stuff like that. Hi, Marie Claire. Thanks for joining. So that is the you don't know what you don't know. And not knowing it could not only cost you a lot in time and aggravation, but also in a ton of money. And so in order to save you from all of that, I wanted to share that little bit of information. The other thing that I wanted to let you know is next month, we are still going to be live. It's not going to fall on a holiday, so that's good. So make sure you set your calendar. I'll make sure to do a reminder again. Oh, excuse me, Patty. Open a trust fund at the bank when dealing with elders. That's also really, really good. And putting a lot of their assets in a trust is also a good idea. Some people may ask whether or not you can get a power of attorney form online, because a lot of these forms are online. And if you fill them out and have everybody sign them, have them notarized, a lot of times that they will be considered like a contract and stand up when you need them. But I would check with a lawyer in your area, because the laws change not only from country to country, but from state to state, and you want to make sure that you that you're covered, whether you get the form online or you actually go to an attorney to have it written up. Yes, Patty, make sure that whoever you're asking to be your healthcare advocate and or your power of attorney get a copy of your wishes, so that they can present them if the situation ever arises. Good point. Thanks for adding that. And they're not the best of topics, but something that's really, really, really important, and something that was on my sister's mind as her children reached the age of 18 and were going off. And P.S., parents who have children going off to college, the college won't even talk to you. Even though many of you are going to be writing the checks for your kids to go to school, they won't even talk to you about outstanding fees or anything. Grades, nothing will they talk to you about, because, again, they're legally adults at that age. So does anybody have any questions on that? Oh wait, I'll pause for a second here. So just to recap, make sure that you have a power of attorney and a healthcare advocate. Make sure that you put yourself on asset accounts, whether that's a trust or bank accounts, bonds, stocks, mutual funds, things along those lines. For our elderly parents and for our children, just make sure that you have, at the very least, a power of attorney so that you can act on their behalf for everything from health care to their financial issues, like making payments for their car or contacting their loan providers for whatever they have loans for in order to negotiate or find out what kind of payments are needed. Because you would hate for them to be sick and not be able to do stuff for themselves and you not be able to help. So there you go. There's the you don't know what you don't know. And by all means, if this resonates with you, please leave comments below. Let me know what you have encountered and if this is helpful for you. And if you're going to now search either online or go to an attorney and get that handled so that you're not caught unaware. And share with others. If you would, because the more we talk about these things, the more people know, the more people avoid the pitfalls as things come up and things happen. So anyway, that's it for me today. It's just a quickie. I hope that if you're going to be watching football later, that you enjoy the games. If you're wherever you're at in the world, it's probably a change of seasons. Here in Virginia, it's starting, you can tell by the long sleeve, flannel shirt that it's getting a little bit cooler. I think it's Australia, is it starting to get warmer? So whatever the change of season is, I hope it brings a wonderful positive change for you. And I look forward to chatting with you and connecting with you next month. Until then, make it a great one. We'll talk to you later. See ya.